What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Next Wave podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Blake Zanny Janney, joined by my co-host, Dak D. Woody Woodall. And today we're going to be covering weekend two of the Call of Duty League. Not much going on in the gaming world, so it's going to be a full Call of Duty episode today with our pick and bans here at the end. So stay tuned if you're into some CDL and interested in what we have to say, and we'll see y'all in the episode. All right, well, welcome to episode 7, guys. Going to be covering all of Call of Duty's Weekend 2 matches here today. You're going to see our biased, our unbiased, our early takes, our hot takes, our cold takes, and everything under the sun involving what a post-game Call of Duty show is all about. But just to start things off, Dak, how you been, man? How's your week? How's your weekend?
It was good. I had that whole week of travel the week prior to last week, so I felt good to just chill this weekend, watch some COD, have a nice relaxing weekend. So I didn't really do too much, but I did watch a lot of COD, a lot of football. Go Bears, even though we choked. We absolutely choked
sucks.
to the Browns. Yeah, that sucked.
We had a great week. We were talking about great about our teams last week, and now we're back in the dumps. Tough L for the Cowboys this week as well. Bills are now Bills team is now 12-1, 13-1 in Buffalo under a certain temperature. So shout out to them. They're getting smoked in Dallas though. Just saying, they're getting smoked in Dallas.
So the Cowboys they beat the Eagles, but then turned around and lost to the Bills. Dang.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, our two bad losses against the best team in the league, the Niners, at their place, and then we just lost to the Bills. A little bit more embarrassing, I would say, than that loss because they're not the best team. They have been looking a lot better recently.
I'm telling you, they're going on a run here, and they're going to make the playoffs. They'll probably sneak in as a wild card. And
they're making a run for sure. So they're definitely a good Bills team, and that home advantage, at least we can have that, right? We lost at their place. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the first match of the weekend here. The 2:00 game on Friday, the Miami Heretics versus the Las Vegas Legion. Vamos.
Let's go.
Miami, man, they're tearing shit up. Medals with a 1.42 on the series. Listen, we don't condone gambling. If you have a gambling addiction, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Nice. Shout out Medals for the over.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I had lucky for the over. I'm pretty sure that hit that day too.
Yeah, Medals was going absolutely crazy. The whole team going crazy. Vickle just had a put my controller down series. Drops a .73 in a 3-1, but he's putting up the dammy. So he was just getting, winged under his teammates, wing that map. Shout out to Nero and Attach for putting up a fight, man. Attach most damage in the entire lobby over the 4 maps, and Nero with a 1.0 most kills, second most kills, one behind Journey. Metals dropped 85. Never mind. But nonetheless. Other than the first map, which was a 250-161 win for the Legion on Terminal, somewhat close. It was a very close series. I'll give that to Vegas. They definitely look better than Carolina does right now. So I don't give them the last spot. They're definitely in that bottom chunk of teams. But overall,
that's
Miami.
That's exactly how I feel about Vegas. They're 1-3 now, right? Have they played 4 matches? I don't know.
Who did they beat? They beat Carolina first, right? They beat Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Carolina beat them in a Game 5 Round 11 because they choked it. They keep fucking choking Search and Destroys, dude.
Who did they beat?
Rocker, maybe? Rocker.
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, Rocker. That's who it was. That's who they smoked. Yeah, with the S&Ds.
So yes, so
Yeah,
they're
because
1-3.
3 rounds.
Yeah, so they're one and
Yeah,
three. They keep choking searches. They were up 5-2 in this search, and Miami came back, ripped off 4 straight rounds.
yeah.
Yeah, and on invasion,
That
same
you
thing
hate
with
to see.
Carolina, dude. They're
That's
they're
unfortunate.
just choking. They're choking
And
these
then a
S&Ds.
3-2 invasion control next for Miami, and then a 250 to 214
Yeah,
invasion hard point. So
yeah,
I mean, you hate to see it losing so closely and it being a 3-1, not even giving yourself a chance to
yeah.
bring it to a map 5.
It
Legion got some
seems.
work to do. They need to learn how to close, and they
Mm-hmm.
need to learn how to. I think we need some identity out
Yeah.
of this team. I think Attach needs to rope everybody together. We need to see more out of Purge, man.
Mm-hmm.
Purge, least damage in the lobby. Like
Yeah.
he is just he hasn't been as flashy or consistent as this team needs them to be with the lack of kind of pop star or all-star players that they
Yeah.
don't have. Like in this team, you need to have everyone contributing at all times, right,
Mm-hmm.
to get the best performance. So 3-1
Yeah.
out of Miami. They're now 3-0, and wow, man, they're turning some heads. I'm looking forward to seeing them play the best teams after this winter break.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy because we thought maybe they would be like one of the first teams to make a roster change just because they
Eh,
came in with
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 really good players. This wasn't
Yep.
even their official starting roster that they announced. They switched it like right before the season started.
Mhm.
So I figured that they would come in, be middle of the pack, maybe do bad at the first LAN, make a change, throw in Eric Boom or whoever else they had
Yeah.
on the bench. So
They're vibing.
yeah, no, they're vibing. They're playing well. They seem to just be vibing, playing well as a team, frying. They're gonna be making
Vamos.
noise. Major one, like they'll be
Yeah,
up
they
there
are.
with the
They're
best
going
of
to be
them.
scary.
Yeah,
Definitely on track to be in the winners bracket here, but their upcoming schedule is pretty hard. I'm pretty sure they play um, FaZe, Seattle, and one other team. Maybe Optic might be on that list. I'm not too sure.
okay,
But they've got a tough road ahead to actually show because they've beaten Rocker, Legion, Carolina, Carolina, and that's it. So like it might
yeah.
not have been Carolina. It might have been someone else. But regardless,
No,
they
it
still
was
have to show that
Carolina.
they can.
It was
Okay,
Carolina.
regardless, they still have to show that they can do it against that top
Mm-hmm.
half of the league. But even though that it has been against those opponents, they've been doing it in fucking like great fashion. Like they
Yeah,
have been dominating.
but
So
even the way like the pros talk about them on the flank and like shows like that,
yeah,
like
exactly.
they're like holding them in high regards. So
I
they're
mean,
really playing well right now.
those who know this team back in BO4
Mm-hmm.
when they were the Heretics were you didn't want to see them in your round one, your winners round one, bro. Like
Right.
you did not want to see them in your losers, like the beginning of your losers bracket run. You did not want to see them because they just bring that play style and cohesiveness to the map, especially in Black Ops 4 when it was 5v5 and you could just headbutt everything. But I mean, they're showing that their Kim is there and they're proving it. So that was their second win of the season there. And then that brings us to our next match of the Friday, the LA Thieves versus Boston Breach, our first DoorDash challenge of
Mm.
the weekend. 3-0 for the LA Thieves. So this is interesting because we'll get to the later matches. So
Mm-hmm.
Boston starts off going map 5 against FaZe, looking pretty good. Then they turn around and get 3-0'd by they lost to who LAG
Seattle. They
first?
lost to Seattle
Seattle,
3-1,
which
I think.
was yeah, they got 3-1, didn't show any signs of life really in that series. And so like people were like, we got to see them bounce back. Seattle's a good team. And then they go up against the Boston Breach here and get 3-0 smoked. And then we'll get to it later. They come and beat the Ultra and sweep them here on Sunday. So I don't know what to think of this Boston Breach team right now.
Okay.
But in this match they get 3-0 punked on by the LA Thieves, 250 to 190, 6-4, 3-1.
Yeah. So after this game, I was like, dude, Boston sucks. Like they had the listen in.
I was too.
They weren't even like saying
Yes.
anything. They were just sitting there like, oh,
Dad,
he's in Burger. He's top
yeah.
third. He's in
Did you
plane.
listen to Octane
And
on
then
the flank
yeah.
talking about that,
Yeah.
bro? It literally was just Octane said it best is if you're only calming where you're dying from, that is the worst comms on the planet, and that's all it was. It was the one's there, he got me, he's there, he got me, he's there. No small talk, no sense of direction. It was a pitiful listening
Yeah,
to.
yeah. And then later, I re-listened to Optics listening. It's insane, bro. Kenny and
Difference.
Pred and dude, they are just like
Pred's small talk is
Pred's small talk
fantastic,
is
dude.
incredible, dude. He's
So
like Kenny,
good.
I got you right here. Go here.
His I feel like I rarely hear him call out people's positioning,
Yeah,
dude, or even calling people. Like all I hear is him commenting to his teammates where what he's doing on the map,
mm-hmm.
and one shot dead. Like it's just
Yeah,
him piecing and then him talking to his team. Like
yeah,
they're amazing comms.
yeah. And Pred is back, but we'll get back to that later.
Yeah. Um. So just some shout outs in the 3-0 versus for the Boston Breach is the score line of the S&D. All right, second map, Invasion, S&D, LA Thieves take it 6-4.
Yeah,
For those of you who aren't watching, those 4 rounds that Boston got were the first 4 rounds of the game.
yeah,
Boston went up 4-0 and then choked 6 rounds in a fucking row, and just got full sailed without it being 5-0. They got 4-0 full sailed. LA Thieves comes back. They're down 0-4, and Ghosty's in a 1v3 and somehow pulls off a crazy 1v3, gets them some momentum, and they absolutely build off of it, winning 5 more in a row and take the map 2-6-4.
yeah,
That
yeah,
1v3 was crazy.
yeah. That was insane. But if you're Boston, how do you let that happen, dude?
You can't let that happen. Ghosty was in DVD. He got like a trade on someone, so at the time it was a 4v2, and then his teammate dies like on the other side of the map, and Ghosty comes out mid-map by that middle tree on Invasion, catches a good timing on the guy in Diner running towards mid-map, and the other teammate is outside Diner mid-street and also running towards there. So there was a comm in the kill cam where he said, I think he's going B. So they made a choice to rotate B from Diner and mid-map. He
Mm-hmm.
gets the kill on the guy Diner because he's got his slasher. He's got his pistol out. He's running, and he sees like his shoulder in the doorway before he's even on the screen. Gets that kill, instantly sprints to the A bomb site. Instead of like aggressively challenging and going for the trade, the guy in the middle street, literally just on the other side of the Diner wall, he holds a pre-aim after his teammate dies, thinking that he was going to chow. And he ends up just going around the back, planting the A bomb, and gets some good timings, Ghosty plays the Chow and just shits on Snoopy. So really good
Crazy.
clutch out of him. And that momentum going down, letting 6 rounds in a row go. I don't see who winning that next map unless your regain potential is off the charts. So
Yeah.
3-1 high rise control. They just got spawn trapped a bunch and didn't ice up on any of those
So so
rounds in control.
so before Boston series against Ultra on Sunday, it looked like Snoopy and Cap weren't meshing well with Slasher and Priesta. Like Slasher
Right.
would just be rotated, just chilling on New, and like Priesta or not Priesta, Capsule and Snoopy are like hitting old with 13 seconds
Mixy.
left, and like they're just trying to get mixy and like get in there, and like I don't know, Slasher's trying to play all structured and shit, and like they got absolutely slammed this series by LA Thieves. So it blows my mind that they came out there and 3-0'd Ultra, and I have no idea what to think about them because after the LA Thieves series, I was thinking like if they start in losers major 1 at their home series, like, and then don't even get top 8 or whatever, top 6, like they're got to make a change. So
Yeah. So, yeah, and so get like jumping ahead for a second, that series win against Ultra was huge,
yeah,
which we'll get to here in a moment. But yeah, good 3-0 out of the Thieves. They finally get their first win of the year, which brings us to our last match of the day. A lot of people were looking forward to this, kind of not a snooze fest, but a little bit of a shit on from Optic Texas here, going up against the Seattle Surge. This was definitely game of the weekend for a lot of people. Ended up being a 3-1 from the side of Optic Texas. They dropped the control 1-3. They choked an offense that lost them the game. So that's the map that they dropped. But 250 to 220 on the map one. Got a few things to talk about on there. They take the 6-3 S&D. Seattle takes the control 3-1, and then finally Optic takes the hard point 250 to 154. So to rip things off for the map one, they went down like 100 to 10 or like 90 to
yeah,
10 or something like
yeah,
that. And then Kenny makes a big play, I think on like a P1 to rotation to P2 or a P2 that pretty much like solidified a full 60 and got us in the lead and won the
Mm-hmm.
game. So big ups to Kenny and the Optic boys
Oh,
for fighting
Kenny's been everything for them.
everything,
Yeah, yeah,
everything.
he's been killing it. And
Yeah,
I thought maybe the Illy revenge game would be more of a banger, but Optic came out here and handled business. Pred is kind
yeah,
of getting involved now. It seemed like the first match, Pred was not really involved, like didn't really have high kills compared to Shotzi and them. This whole weekend, dude was on fire. It seemed like he was way more
yeah.
involved, and
I agree.
like I said earlier, I really like their comms too, with Kenny leading.
132 out of Pred, 1.32,
Whew.
1.28 out of Dashy. Shotzi and Kenny are chilling, 0.83, 0.95, but Kenny again still in the damage conversation.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of things, Illy is the only one who showed up for the Illy Hook Rambo Ray revenge game. Illy's the only one that showed up, had the most damage in the lobby by 8 damage, and had a 1.23. So he was frying, but his teammates just weren't there to help.
Yeah.
Um, but also in the 6-2, they started up 2-0 and
Mm-hmm.
Optic clawed back in, adapted, and then just shit on them in the map for
Yeah.
250, 154. Just didn't even give them a chance. 150 points on terminal with those guaranteed 60s and just easy rotations. That's really that's like a 100-point club. I feel like in this game, a 100-point club is beating your teammate by 100 or more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's not keeping them to 100 or less. It's beating them by 100 or more. Like I feel
Yeah.
like that's how the last couple games have been when it comes to 100-point clubs because so many of these hills being guaranteed. But good win for Optic, 3-1 over the
Yeah.
Seattle Surge.
Yo, real quick,
Um,
I do want to say Optic makes some of these map wins a little bit harder than they should be, dude.
yeah,
Like
for sure.
Shotzi, you can tell when Shotzi will just start heating up. Like he'll pop a 2-piece real quick, and then you're like,
It
okay, come on,
overheats.
like rat in a corner or something. Like
Lay
wait for them
down.
off spawn, and then
That's
he's
what
just
Pred's
like
so
starts
good at.
twitching, bro. Like you see him in his chair just start twitching. Like I need another one, and he just like jumps
Yeah,
out. Like do you
that's
remember
very
on
true.
Karachi Control? We were watching the stream and he like just jumped out on balcony, was like fuck it, and just jumped child balcony after like getting a big kill and like
Oh
they were trying to
yes,
hold them off
yes.
B.
I got
Yeah,
pissed.
yeah. You were like, what the fuck?
Like just stay down. Like you're not. There's not 10 seconds on the point.
Yeah,
There's not a crucial player like working an angle that you have to deny. There's nothing going on, and he knows this. Like it's not like I was being like we were being watchers and like
yeah,
having the X-ray vision and the mini map being able to say these things. It was in-game things that he could have been aware of and made a better decision. But yeah, they I think we see in their latest series, even though it was against the Ravens even in this, we saw him be a little bit more disciplined, even against them.
yeah.
Um, so
But no, man,
bringing us to
they're playing
Saturday
good.
here, yeah, bringing us to Saturday, we got the first match of the day. Again, Miami starting off the days here. Miami
Vamos.
Heretics going against the Minnesota Rocker. Another 3-1 for Miami. Um, I missed the first map of this game. Or no, I didn't. Oh, we watched this, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I missed the end of it because I was like, Rocker won that game?
Yeah,
250 to 242 Rocker win last second on terminal. 6-4 in the S&D for Miami, 3-2 in the hard or the control, and then 250 to 217 in the sub base. So we saw a sub base get
yeah,
to the final tick. We
yeah,
saw
yeah.
someone reach
I
the
think
score
that was
limit.
the only time this weekend that happened.
And wait, they didn't get to this. No, they didn't on the LAG match. They
No,
didn't
yeah,
because
it was
they
like
both dropped
220 to
40.
170 or something.
Yeah, and so 3-1 for the side of Heretics. These were kind of close though. This
Yeah.
map set was kind of close. Like 2 rounds in the search and like 50 point or 40 points combined in the hard
Mm-hmm.
point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shout out to the Rocker for keeping it close. Vivid with a 1.03 and a lot of damage. 1.0 out of Linz, 0.76 from accuracy, 0.85 awakening. On the other side of things, 1.21 from Metals, 1.11 from Journey, 1.19 from Lucky, and a 0.89 for Vickle. When this roster formed, just looking at the last two stats, I would not have guessed Vickle to be like the do-it-all kind of dirty role, like
Mm-hmm.
putting the damage in, not shown on the scorecard type player.
Yeah.
I would have thought he was going to be their top fragger, but here we have Metals dropping 104 kills in 4 maps.
He's been incredible for them, dude.
He's been piecing,
Yeah.
absolutely piecing. Map 1, he dropped 29 kills. I thought it was a lot more at the time. Vivid dropped 30 that map. Um, and then 35 in the control. So he was frying. He dropped 40 in the map 4 medal. Journey did. Journey dropped
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
He's the tied the highest for the kill record, I think.
Dude, you can tell
Um,
that they're all vibing and all playing together well because they're like trading who's popping 40 pieces. Like
exactly.
one game it's Lucky, one game it's Journey, one game it's freaking Medals. Like they're all just having fun
Yeah,
frying and
I
Vickles
won't be
just doing it all.
surprised. I won't be surprised if we see this Miami team on Sunday
Yeah, oh
of
yeah.
of the first LAN.
Yeah.
I will not be surprised. I just hope they aren't the optic killers. That's all I. Because
Yeah.
like the only other team that has been performing, only teams that have been performing like that have been Optic and FaZe.
Yeah.
New
And
York are
New
winning
York
their matches,
kinda.
but Hydra is consistently going off, and then
Mm,
the other three are like trading places.
yeah.
While we've seen Dashy go crazy, Kenny go crazy. We haven't really seen Shotzzy go crazy, but he's had great
Yeah.
maps, and then we've seen Pred go crazy. So
And I'm gonna
I'm
be
interested to
honest. I'm
see.
gonna be honest. I think Ultra's in that conversation. They just had a bad game Sunday against the Breach. Envoy had like
I
the worst series of his career.
of his
Yeah,
career. I don't think
yeah.
we'll see it again.
No,
But I
I'm
also
not
have.
worried
I'm
about it.
going to be honest. Every time Ultra has played, except maybe one match, like beginning, like opening weekend, I haven't caught them play that many times, other than this past one
Hmm.
against the Breach. So,
They looked really
yeah,
good
shout
in
out to Miami.
respawn last weekend. But yeah,
Yeah,
vamos.
they're always going to have good as long as Envoy can play,
Yeah,
as long as his thumbs are there.
yeah,
But yeah, Vamos, they moved to 3-0 heading into the winter break. So shout out to them. Next match of the day gonna be the Legion versus the Subliners. Not much to talk about here. It was a 3-0. Hydra with a 1.68. What did I say?
yeah.
Kismet with a 128, 109 from Skies, a .93 from Sib. And on the other side of things, everyone under a .8 except Nero again with a 1.05. Nero has been showing out, man. He has
Hmm.
been the most consistent Slayer on that team, and I'm interested to see when he can do more going forward. So,
But yeah,
what are
man.
you doing?
Hydra. Oh, you got Molly in the background.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they can keep up with their teammate Nero, because I mean he's been showing such good performances lately, and I hope that because I like this Legion team a lot.
Hmm.
We just need more out of Purge, man.
Yeah.
Again, I'll say it. We just need more out of Purge. Um, he didn't have the worst day, but he also didn't have the best day. I mean,
Yeah.
we have yet to see a single map where he has shown some promise. Like, do you
Ah.
have a map in mind? A single map?
I mean, I'd have to go back and find it, but he's had a couple maps last weekend where he was doing well.
I
I'm not
just
saying like he was their top frag breakout. Like Nero outshined him on those maps.
Yeah,
I'm
like
thinking.
they won a map and he went
Yeah.
even, like type shit is what you're
Well, like
saying. Like
he's gone positive. I feel like
I
on a
assume
map.
so, but I don't know. I need
But
to
no,
see
yeah,
something
he
out on.
definitely has not been like a breakout rookie by
He
any
needs to
means.
prove his worth.
Yeah,
Like he needs
he's very
he needs to get a
inconsistent.
spot.
Yeah,
Yeah, he needs to prove his spot here.
but
So
that
not
could
much
just
to
be
talk
them
about,
figuring
really.
out how to play better as a team because they have been hella inconsistent as a team. Like some games you got attached playing like shit and Nero playing like shit. Like it seemed like some of the matches against who'd they play, Miami, right?
Yeah, yeah,
They had those close games that they lost, but it was like two people on their team were popping off and two people were shit in the bed. So like they
yep,
just couldn't put it all together. So I feel
yeah,
like over time it's not going to be this major, but maybe if they stay together and like be one of those teams that do stick it out through rough patches, maybe it's not this one, maybe it's not the next one, but they could be good down the road for sure. Cuz they got the
yeah.
talent.
Getting
They got the
getting
talent.
that win under their belt was huge.
Yeah. So I like Vegas.
Me too. But yeah, 3-0 out of the subliners. Not much to go off there. Bringing it to the Atlanta FaZe versus Seattle Surge, third game of the Saturday here. A 3-1 in the favor of FaZe. We got 250 to 184 for the first map, 6-4 for the Surge for the second map, 3-1 on the Karachi Control, and 250 to 228 for the hard point. So the outside of the last map, I mean, it was FaZe domination. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously they lost the search, but other than that, the other maps were pretty much domination.
Karachi
All
seems to be
positive
FaZe's
80s.
map, dude. I wouldn't challenge him on Karachi.
No, nothing. Yeah, not at all. I mean, it plays to them, right? It's a two
Yeah.
sub map. It plays to their strengths. I mean that's why Scrapyard is Optic's best map at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Lowest KD on the side of phase is 1.0 out of a BZ, so
You said,
you're not going to lose it when you're playing like that.
did you say Scrapyard?
I meant Skid Row.
Oh. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I always get those confused.
Okay.
I always get those
I was
confused.
like, have they played
Um,
Scrapyard?
no, hell no. Map's way too small. But yeah, clinical out of the side of phase. Nothing really to talk on there. It was just I would have liked to see a little bit more life out of the Seattle team. I think they showed a lot of promise in their first two matches, and then
Yeah.
going back-to-back losses. I mean, you played Optic and FaZe, so I mean, I
That's a
get it,
tough weekend.
but at the same time, like to see some more out of them. So looking
Yeah.
forward to them after the break as well.
But I feel the same
Um,
about them as I do about Vegas. I kind of like them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I kind
Yeah.
of agree. Even
Yeah.
though Vegas don't look as good, I would
Mm-hmm.
say. I think Vegas has had a tougher schedule, one, and I think personality-wise, I just love Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So,
bringing us to the last match of the day, Snoozer DoorDash 3-0 out of the Toronto Ultra against the Carolina Ravens. You talk about diff.
yeah.
You just talk about skill diff. This is just like the match that they played against Optic today.
Yeah.
231 to 156 sub base, 6-2 search, 3-1 control. Just absolutely fucking shit on. Uh, I mean, there's not much to say other than they just got skill diffed.
Yeah.
It's interesting seeing sub base get through for the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of that hard point
Hey,
where
once again, Subbase didn't reach the final tick.
did not reach. I can't believe LAG is the only team to do that. I mean, not LAG. Miami.
Minnesota.
Wait, who?
Minnesota.
Oh my goodness, they're
They
all
beat-
blending together.
Yeah.
But yeah, not much to talk about here. Really good performance out of Scrap with a 1.2 KD. And insane damage out of Kleenex. That boy's putting in shots.
Yeah.
12,000 damage, almost 1,000 damage higher than the next highest person. So shout out to Kleenex for putting down that dammy.
Yeah, so this
Um,
game made me like not really care about the Boston series cuz like Envoy came out, had the worst series of his entire career. And Scrap kind of looked just like low energy, did not look into it in their
Yeah.
face cams. So that was
Yeah,
when
just
they
see him
were
like this
that
in
was
the
when
face
they were
cam
like
after, he was
down.
just like-
Yeah. Yeah. But I thought that,
just sat
but
there
that was
smirking.
while they were losing map 2, so maybe
Yeah, that was after match.
yeah, yeah, so maybe by then he was already chalked, but
I had two thoughts in my head that they gave up and they don't care,
yeah.
or they're about to reverse sweep. Like there's only
Yeah.
there's only two reasons that you're in the camera like this.
Yeah.
Like you just don't give a fuck. You're chalking it up.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure in his head he's like, I cannot wait to reply to all these Twitter fucks
Mhm.
on on
Yeah.
X. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, bringing us to the final day of the weekend. We've got the first matchup of the day. Let's talk about yesterday, because you look at the uptime of these watch parties. Scum stream was live for 3 hours for 3 matches. Okay, we had a 9-0 map count yesterday. 3 DoorDash challenges. The ultimate DoorDash challenge.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But first matchup, an absolute just skill diff. Like, you thought the New York Carolina match was a skill diff. This Optic Texas Carolina match was an absolute skill diff. 250 to 129 in the hard point, 6-2 in the terminal S&D, and 3-0 in the Karachi control. Holy,
Jesus, dude.
am I looking at this right?
Yeah, dude.
Fucking
This is...
A, dude. We've got 4 records set by Optic in the KD column. We have overall series KD with a 1.84 from Dashi. We have a hardpoint KD from Dashi with a 2.3. We have a control KD from Pred and a 2.7, and then a S&D KD from Dashi again with a 4.0. I mean,
Jesus.
Gwen still managing to have a 1.0 might be just as impressive as the overall
Mhm.
series itself.
No,
from
yeah, he was
Optic.
out there fighting, bro. He was out there fighting his life
Get him
off.
some help.
Hey,
Get
also,
the Gwen.
I will
Get
say,
Gwen some new guys.
hey, I will say, Clayster dropped a valiant .66.
7,300.
All right, 7,300 damage. He was in there trying, bro. But when
this
when
dude
you got
Rex
when-
gonna retire, bro.
brother, when you got Pred dropping more kills in one map than Real and GodRX had in the series, like how can you do anything with that? What
Bro,
can Clay do with
23
that?
kills over 3 maps is crazy, bro.
Dog,
That's crazy. Like that.
23. That
I mean,
was
optics
that
different.
was
I get
me
it.
scrimming. I don't even know. Just
Yeah,
insert
yeah.
team in
Doesn't
Cold
matter.
War. Like my first
Yeah.
time scrimming a high level CCL team.
We're screaming fucking like streaming or screaming Alabama
Yeah.
and fucking they're over there going crazy. But yeah, I mean, look at the side. I mean, Godorex had an awful performance.
Yeah.
This man dropped 7 kills in the map one, 23 kills over the course of the series. I mean, just an absolute shit on 3-0 sweep. Nothing more to say about that.
Yeah.
Bringing us to
Well,
the
real quick,
what?
I feel like we're in our yearly Clayster cycle since like Vanguard. Like he's just been
What is that? What do
on
you mean by that?
he's just been really had really rough starts to the year. Like didn't Paris have like a really rough start in MW2? Vegas, I mean.
Um,
Or were they just kind of mid?
I feel like
Were
they
they always mid?
were.
Because they made a change
I think they were
eventually.
mid. I think they were mid because they were fighting. They got better as the year went on, and then were fighting for that champ spot at the
But didn't they
end. So they
make a
didn't start off
change?
too bad.
Didn't they make a change to fight
Yeah,
for that
they
spot?
had like 2 real to
Yeah,
start, and
yeah.
then like brought Pro Loot in. I don't know.
And
There's
then
a lot
New
going on there.
York had an absolutely abysmal start, and then he got dropped. So that was Vanguard. And
Right.
then
Right.
this year not looking good right now. I really think they're gonna be the first team to make a change at this rate because they got
Yeah,
absolutely shit on
I'm
all
worried.
weekend long, and GodRx
I'm
is
definitely
looking
worried.
really really bad right now.
My humble opinion, you drop Real, you drop GodRx,
Mm-hmm.
you keep Clayster and Gwyn, and you pick up Asim and Gunless.
Yeah.
That's my humble opinion. I think as far as the main AR role, I think Clayster's great for it. He's had like the most damage right there, even though they got like pooped on. Like he's still in form. He's had good performances. Gwyn is obviously the best player on the team, and has the ability to be a starter on top teams, in my opinion. Like he's just showed that promise. So I really think picking up two of the 10 pros that are in challengers right now that have really been pros steadily for the
Yeah.
past couple of years are in challengers. Get Gunless, get a seam. If not Gunless, get uh, I would go for maybe Temp or
Yeah, get someone who's been there though. I
Primp,
think
something like that. Yeah, don't get a new. Don't
yeah.
get anyone else new.
Yeah.
No, you got Gwen. You found your diamond in the rough.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them. Get Gunless and Asim on there. They've already been on. They were both about to sign with LAG.
Yeah.
They will sign with fucking Carolina.
Yeah.
So
And
especially with Clay at the helm.
Clay and Asim placed decent one split in Cold War, if I'm not mistaken. Like they've played
On New
together.
York?
Yeah. Yeah, they've had
Yeah.
some times
Yeah.
together.
So going to our next match here. Here's where the transitive property is mind-boggling right now. So you have the Boston Breach, who go game map 5. Granted, it was the first match of the CDL, going game 5 with FaZe.
Yep.
They turn around and get 3-0'd by the
three-
LA Thieves.
They got
Huh?
yeah. Well, first they got 3-1 by Seattle. I thought you were gonna say 3-0 by
Oh,
Seattle.
okay, yeah. They get 3-1 by Seattle. They go down 0-2. Then they get 3-0 smoked by the LA Thieves, who we were like, okay, LA looks pretty good. Boston freaking sucks. Then the Thieves come out here after 3-0ing Boston and get 3-0'd by the LAG. And so we're sitting here. We have now seen LAG go to game 5 and should have won a series against New York to absolutely destroying the LA Thieves. Is LAG fucking good? Here we go.
I think
Diamond
so.
Conjure Gross.
I think so. Yep. I was gonna say, bro, it's time. It was time. Diamond Con needed his flowers.
Gosh damn it.
Dog, he's been going insane every series, even in the losses. And this time
Listen.
they finally get a 3-0 smoke show DoorDash challenge win against the
Yeah.
Thieves. They took LA by force.
Yeah, this was insane. I mean, just looking at the stats here, we had a 226 to 182 sub base. Yeah, it's a 40-point differential, but we had 2 players on LAG dropping 40 kills in
Fame,
Diamond
dude.
Con
Fame.
and Fame.
Fame went
Prior.
absolutely insane this
Crazy.
series. CCL legend, shout out.
Shout out Fame, CCL GOAT. 6-5, round 11 in the S&D.
I will say
I
Diamond
think-
Con had a bad S&D. Diamond Con had a
Yeah,
rough
looking
one.
at the map too. Yeah, he only had 4.
Yeah.
Fame goes on a 10 streak on the S&D, and just he had a takeover map. You got to give it to him. Round
Yeah.
11 had a
He
2.17.
was
Um,
3-5. 3-5. Finished
yep,
13-6. That
yep.
is insane.
LA Thieves had opportunities to win this map.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they lost the first blood category by 1 kill. So a lot of room there to have some success and improve. Um, So definitely could have iced up a little bit here, and then they just got 3-0 smoked, put in the spawn trap blender on
Dude, they
high
did.
rise control.
Yeah, that was bad. Like they got absolutely
They were in cheeks.
destroyed map 3, bro.
They were in cheeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got destroyed.
No, but shout out Fame
Another
after
3-0.
after the game in his interview, he said that they're standing on business
Standing on Benny.
and he doesn't care about the outside noise and being doubted.
1-3-3.
And I like them, bro. They're scrappy. I'm done doubting them. The
I'm
only
done
reason I
doubting them
did,
too.
the only reason I
I'm
ever
done
did,
doubting them too.
the only reason I ever doubted them is because of how much of a shit show their organization
is.
was. So I
Yeah.
just figured that they would throw together some team and just chalk it up. But no, they're coming out
Yep.
here with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, bringing us to the last series of the weekend, we have the Boston Breach 3-0ing the Toronto Ultra. Like I led to earlier, like, is Breach good? Are they bad? We have
Yeah.
no fucking clue. Is LAG godlike? I don't know. Like, there's just so much of that going on right now. We've got a 250 to 195 terminal map 1 for the Breach, 6-3 S&D for the Breach, and a 3-0 on the control. That boy Snoopy was doing his thing.
Yeah.
He was going crazy, and then that boy Capsule was just everywhere.
Dude,
He
I
was
love Big
everywhere
Cap,
on the map.
bro. I love when
You watch
Cap
him
is
play.
just frying.
This
dude.
is his player cam.
Yeah.
He be
Yeah.
dodging in real life, bro, and
Yeah,
it's hilarious because
for
he's so big. He's like 6'5", 350. Like, that's probably not right, but like you to get what I'm saying.
Yo,
Like
Cap, no
he's an
offense,
NFL
bro.
lineman.
You probably 250.
Oh, my bad. So I'm only 5'7", so like weight distribution is
Oh, okay.
different. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
Everyone's just huge to you.
Everyone's 350. But yeah, I mean, Toronto just didn't show up. They just didn't show up today. Absolute stinky
Oof.
from Envoy. Man dropped 28 kills. Like 0.93, 1.0, 1.05. Those are Toronto's KDs, and then a 0.49
0.49
for Envoy.
Yo.
A career low, no question. Career low.
Oh, it gotta be.
I mean, he's got to come out with a tweet saying that he had controller issues. I got it. Like,
Brother.
I mean, you just don't expect this. He's one of the most consistent players we've ever seen in the Call of Duty League, and
0.34, 0.34 in the hard point. 10 and 29. He had to have just been in a bad mood that day or something, bro.
bad mood, blender.
Tilted, got put in the blender, kept trying to take his little routes and go hit shit, and it just wasn't working. Like, he got bodied.
Oh my
Something
gosh,
had to
yeah.
happen. I can't
But
believe my
at
eyes.
the same time, like, I want to give Boston their flowers because they looked great. They
Yeah.
broke Burger. They broke Burger
That's-
Hill on
that's
on
crazy.
Terminal.
That's insane.
Pretty sure it's the first team to ever do it. Not only did they break it, they flipped them and then chained it to the next hill. Like, it was fucking insane.
Damn.
So tip of the cap to Boston for showing some life here. They go into the break 1-3, and wow, did they need this win, dude? They really needed this win because if they lost this match, we might have been throwing them down there with the Ravens.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say team change instantly. Get him
Yeah.
out. Get Slasher someone who's been there.
Yeah, but I can't look at this .49 any longer before we move on to our pick and
I will say,
Give me some final thoughts.
I like Boston's players individually. I just don't think they're
Mm-hmm.
a good team, but they just 3-0'd Ultra, so maybe
they can
they
be.
Yeah, maybe they
I think they can be. I think this is the first stepping stone to getting them to that breakout ice
Okay.
up.
So
Cause
the
like, they've got new
Vegas,
players.
and who else did I put in that conversation? LA Thieves, teams that are losing. Oh, Seattle, LA Thieves. Not LA Thieves. Let's say Seattle and Vegas. Those two teams, they're losing, but I like them. I think they'll be good in the future. Boston's towing that line because they've shown really bad performances where they don't look like they mesh well, and then they 3-0 Ultra and play phase to the wire. So
I
I
agree.
don't know about them, but they're toeing the line. LA Thieves also toeing the line because what the hell? Like but I mean they played close in the S&D and they didn't get absolutely smoked in one of the maps if I'm not mistaken. So maybe LA Thieves is toeing the line for me as well of teams that I think should stay together. Might be good down the line.
I agree.
But yeah,
I agree.
that's where
Yeah,
I'm at with
definitely
them.
agree. I think I'm most looking forward to the growth of Legion. Like
Yeah.
that's the team I want to see succeed the most. So
Mm-hmm.
interested to see how it plays out here. But yeah, that was the second weekend of the CDL and our thoughts and overall analysis on that weekend. So let us know in the comments who you have going forward as the best team in the game. But nonetheless, getting to our last segment here, our show segment, Pick and Ban, where we pick one thing from the past week, whatever it is on our minds, and we ban one thing. So kind of like our do and don't. So I'll go ahead and start off with my pick. Go to your pick. Back to you. My pick is being salaried. So recent news in my workspace. I've been an hourly employee technically, and starting in the new year, I'm getting switched to salaried. So
Hell
no
yeah.
longer having to clock in, clock out. It's going to have a little bit more flexibility for me as a type 1 diabetic. It's going to be a lot better for me, but overall, just kind of big news. Got some salary bump with that as well. So
Let's go,
one
dude.
thing about yeah, one thing about being an investment advisor and retirement planner is like for the people calling in, like they're talking about some important stuff. Like I've worked on multi-million dollar 401ks, and at the end of the day, I'm getting paid hourly. Excuse me, paid hourly to do this. So there's a lot of imposter syndrome
Yeah.
with what I do because it's like I'm giving potential life-changing advice, but at the same time, I have an hourly rate, an
Yeah.
hourly salary. So like imposter syndrome comes a lot with that. So it helps in that regard that it kind of legitimizes my job a little bit more. So shout out being salaried.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, mine is way less important, but Christmas season,
I
Christmas
couldn't think of
season is
anything.
among us. Nah, dude,
Yes.
no. That was a good one. Christmas season is among us, and it kind of hit me the other night because I was driving back, and I would like drove through a neighborhood, just hitting some back roads because traffic was heavy, and
Saw some lights.
yeah, bro, there was like some dope Christmas lights up on these houses, and I was like, dang, like
We
it's
here.
really here, like.
Being in the apartments, you don't see it as often.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it just kind of hit me recently like, damn, it's right around the corner. And I'm excited for it. Excited to go home and spend time with the fam and stuff. So yeah,
Sure.
Christmas time.
Yes, sir. Leading us to our bands here. Um, my band is gambling. I know you've already done that as one of your bands here before, but I went to the casino here
Oh,
this past weekend for the first time. I've been to a casino multiple times, but I've never gambled at the casino. Finally I was in a spot where I now have capital to gamble at a casino. So, went to the casino, left up $20, right?
mm-hmm.
But the reason I hate it is because the next day was NFL football, and I didn't hit a fucking thing. And also, we were prize picking on
Yeah.
Sunday COD games, and man, it's just not good. I hate it. Especially the NFL, dude. Like some of these games that these teams are winning and these teams that should be winning or losing is fucking insane.
Yeah, the Panthers beating the Falcons yesterday. That's
I
just
had
sad.
Falcons.
Yeah, man. Who didn't?
Who didn't
Yeah.
exactly? Like fuck the Panthers, man. They suck.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'm in
that's
the
my
same
band.
boat. I'm done with it. But my ban is working between Christmas and New Year's. Like I
Yep.
feel like we should just get the whole week
Everyone
off.
on the planet.
The rest of the year, take it off from
It's a
Christmas Eve
week.
on. Christmas Eve
Just give
on.
us a
It's a
week
week.
off, man.
That's 7
Just give
days.
us a week.
7 days, 6 days. No, 7 days because you need New Year's to recover. New Year's Day
Yeah,
to
yeah,
recover. So
yeah,
7 days.
yeah.
Actually, January
Absolutely.
2nd too. So come back January 3rd. What is the calendar even looking like this year? Like when does New Year's fall on? Yeah, New Year's Day is Monday. So we come back to
Ooh,
work Wednesday. What that's all I'm saying.
that's
It's
okay.
a
Yeah, let's
long
do that.
time. It's 8 days, but
No, I'm with you there. As
I
someone
feel
who
like
used all of their PTO in the beginning of the year, and I'm working every day that the market is open between that time, which I think on January 1st I'm good. I think the market's closed, so I won't be working, but I'll have to go back Tuesday feeling beat up
Yeah.
probably. But yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. So that's my ban.
All right. Well, that concludes our episode for episode 7 of the Next Wave podcast. So appreciate you guys for watching. We got some a break from Call of Duty here, so we're either going to figure out some topics for y'all going into these next couple of weeks, or we may just see y'all here in a few weeks. We're going to figure it out. So hopefully there's some stuff in the news in the gaming world that we can touch on here next week. But we'll see you when we see you. Thank you guys for joining, and peace out. Deuces.